I'm Snow White, and you're watching Extinction Files on the Hayden Hansen Company channel.
Hello, I'm Araga.
And I'm Hayden. Welcome back to another episode of Extinction Files today. We're tackling a mystery that's slippery, tiny, and unfortunately, extinct. Or is it? We're talking about the Yunnan Lake Newt, a little amphibian that once called China's Kunming Lake its home before disappearing in one of the most tragic ecological collapses in history.
And by tragic, you mean we did it to ourselves. It's like accidentally dropping your ice cream cone. Except the ice cream cone is an entire species. Way to go, humanity.
Before we dive into its extinction, let's set the stage. The Yunnan Lake Newt, also known as Synops wolterstorffii, wasn't just some random pond dweller. It was unique. Found only in Yunnan province, this little black and orange beauty was endemic to the region, meaning it couldn't be found anywhere else on Earth.
Yunnan province, by the way, is kind of a big deal in Chinese culture. It's famous for its beautiful landscapes, ancient tea traditions, and spicy hot pot. But apparently, no one thought to save the cute little newt.
Back in the day, Kunming Lake, the newt's primary habitat, was this crystal clear aquatic haven. Locals believed the lake had mystical properties, even associating it with dragons and water spirits. According to folklore, amphibians like the Yunnan Lake Newt were thought to be messengers between the human and spirit worlds.
Wait, so this wasn't just a newt? This was, like, a mini dragon messenger? And we wiped it out? That's bad luck on so many levels.
By the early 20th century, Kunming Lake was thriving, and so were the newts. But then, things took a dark turn. In the 1930s, the lake started to shrink due to human activity. As agriculture expanded in Yunnan province, water was drained from the lake for irrigation, dramatically lowering water levels. And that's not all.
Oh no. Let me guess. We also dumped a bunch of garbage in it?
Bingo! Pollution from nearby settlements turned the lake into a toxic soup. Industrial waste, chemical runoff, and untreated sewage slowly poisoned the ecosystem. And then, to top it all off, invasive species were introduced to the lake specifically. Fish that outcompeted the newts for food or straight up ate them.
So the newts basically went from ruling their little aquatic kingdom to playing a deadly game of Frogger. Not great.
By the 1950s, the Yunnan Lake Newt population was in freefall. By 1979, it was declared extinct. But here's the thing. Some locals and researchers claim the extinction might not be so clear-cut. Theory number 1. The Yunnan Lake Newt is still alive, hiding out in an undiscovered habitat. Yunnan province is a biodiversity hotspot with hidden caves, underground springs, and remote ponds that haven't been fully explored. Amphibians are notoriously elusive, and rediscoveries happen more often than you might think. Case in point, the Vietnamese crocodile newt, thought to be extinct for decades, was rediscovered in 2009.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Maybe the Yunnan Lake Newt is just chilling in a secret spa, waiting for us to clean up our act.
Exactly. Theory 2. Hybridization. Some scientists think the newt might have interbred with other species before it disappeared, creating hybrids that could be lurking in nearby lakes. These hybrids might not look exactly like the original Yunnan Lake Newt, but they could carry its DNA.
Okay, but let's be real. Even if there's a hybrid out there, it's like comparing bootleg merch to the original. It's just not the same.
Fair. Now, theory 3 is a bit darker. The newt's extinction might have been accelerated by overcollection. In the 20th century, specimens were collected for research and zoos, and some were even sold in exotic pet markets. Combine that with habitat destruction, and you've got a recipe for disaster.
So basically, humans showed up, took some for study, ruined their house, and left. Classic.
Interestingly, the Yunnan Lake Newt has popped up in Chinese pop culture. In some folklore-inspired media, amphibians are portrayed as magical creatures. A popular theory among fans of Chinese fantasy dramas is that the Yunnan Lake Newt inspired certain characters in shows like Ashes of Love and The Untamed, where mystical creatures play central roles. It's as if the newt's spirit lives on in modern storytelling.
So we wiped them out, but then made them immortal in soap operas? That's a choice.
Hey, art imitates life. And let's not forget the gaming world. In Genshin Impact, which is inspired by Chinese landscapes and folklore, players can explore wetlands and encounter rare amphibians. Some fans speculate the Yunnan Lake Newt might have inspired some of these designs.
Gamers keeping the newt alive in the digital realm? I can respect that.
The extinction of the Yunnan Lake Newt is more than just a tragedy. It's a warning. Wetlands around the world are disappearing at an alarming rate, and amphibians are some of the most threatened species on the planet. If we don't act, stories like the Yunnan Lake Newts will only become more common.
So you're saying we need to stop draining lakes, polluting rivers, and releasing random fish into ecosystems? Got it. Easy fix.
Sarcasm aside, there's still hope. Conservation efforts in China and around the world are focusing on restoring habitats and protecting endangered species. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll rediscover the Yunnan Lake Newt in some remote spring, alive and well. So, what do you think? Is the Yunnan Lake Newt gone forever? Or could it still be out there?
I mean, I'd love to believe it's out there. But knowing humans, we probably built a parking lot over its last hiding spot.
Let us know your theories in the comments. And if you ever find yourself in Yunnan province, maybe take a moment to look into the water. You might just spot a little orange and black ghost of the past.
Or, a fish. Either way, tell it I said hi.
Until next time, folks, stay weird and keep an eye out for the next prehistoric cryptid mystery.
What extinct animal would you like to see next? Comment below.